I'd been through airport security hundreds of times without incident. Shoes off, laptop out, liquids bagged. The routine was automatic. Then at Miami International, while I was fumbling with my belt and jacket, my iPad vanished from a security bin in the 3 seconds I wasn't watching. Gone. Just gone. What started as a simple theft investigation revealed how TSA security checkpoints operate by completely different rules than most travelers understand. The officers have more power than you'd expect in some areas, surprisingly less in others, and the system itself is designed with vulnerabilities that both agents and thieves actively exploit. After recovering my iPad through airport police review of security footage, which showed another passenger casually walking off with it, and extensive conversations with TSA supervisors about checkpoint procedures, I've identified 10 critical secrets about how airport security really works behind the official guidelines. Secret number 1, the behavioral observation system. TSA officers are constantly watching your emotions and behaviors through a program called SPOT, Screening of Passengers by Observation Techniques. This behavioral profiling system trains agents to identify psychological cues, like avoiding eye contact, excessive fidgeting, or sweating, that supposedly indicate threats. The problem is that nervous travelers exhibit these exact same behaviors simply because security checkpoints are stressful. I still feel anxious lining up for TSA screening despite flying constantly, and that natural nervousness could flag me as suspicious under their observation criteria. What they don't advertise is that SPOT's effectiveness has been repeatedly questioned. Multiple government reports have found the program identifies innocent travelers as suspicious at rates barely better than random chance, yet TSA continues using it to justify additional screening. Understanding you're being behaviorally profiled helps you maintain composure during screening. Take deep breaths, make normal eye contact with officers, and move through the process calmly rather than rushing anxiously. Secret number 2, the boarding pass code system. TSA agents use discrete codes to alert coworkers if they think you're a potential threat. The most common is SSSS, Secondary Security Screening Selection, which can be printed on your boarding pass before you even reach the airport or added by agents during initial document checks. These 4 letters trigger comprehensive additional screening, including pat-downs, explosive residue swabbing, and detailed bag searches. The selection happens for various reasons: booking one-way international flights, purchasing last-minute tickets, or genuinely random selection algorithms. During a business trip to London, I discovered SSSS printed on my boarding pass and faced an additional 40-minute screening process that nearly caused me to miss my flight. The agents wouldn't explain why I'd been selected, citing security protocols. Always check your boarding pass immediately when you receive it. If you see SSSS, arrive at the airport with extra time for the extended screening process. The agents can't remove the designation, so arguing wastes time you'll need for your flight. Secret number 3, the security bin theft vulnerability. Security bins create perfect conditions for theft because items go through scanners at different speeds and emerge on the other side while you're still being screened. Thieves know exactly how the system works. My iPad theft happened because I placed it in the first bin while I was still removing my shoes and belt. That bin went through the scanner immediately and sat unattended on the collection side for over a minute while I finished preparing for the body scanner. A passenger ahead of me simply grabbed it and walked away. The Miami airport police footage showed this happens constantly. Professional thieves work security checkpoints specifically because travelers are distracted, rushing, and managing multiple items simultaneously. Small valuables in early bins are easiest targets. I now place valuables in my jacket's zippered pockets, remove the entire jacket, and put it in the last bin I send through the scanner. This ensures my valuables emerge from screening right as I'm collecting my other items, eliminating the unattended window. Secret number 4, the confiscated items resale operation. Items TSA confiscates don't get thrown away. They get sold for profit. The Department of Transportation holds confiscated items for 30 days, then ships them to government surplus stores or online auction sites like govdeals.com where they're sold to the public. That expensive Swiss Army knife or designer lighter taken from you might be available for someone else to purchase at a fraction of what you paid. TSA generates significant revenue from selling confiscated passenger property. What makes this particularly frustrating is that agents have significant discretion in determining what constitutes a threat. Even items technically allowed under official TSA guidelines can be confiscated if an agent decides it doesn't meet their personal standards. I watched an agent confiscate a passenger's sealed snow globe despite it being under the 3.4-ounce liquid limit, claiming the liquid inside looked suspicious. That snow globe likely ended up sold at auction while the passenger had no recourse. Secret number 5. The limited liability protection. TSA accepts no liability for your belongings unless you can prove an agent was directly at fault, which is nearly impossible. This creates a system where your items are at risk from both theft and damage during screening, but TSA bears no responsibility. When I reported my iPad theft, TSA's initial response was that they're not responsible for items passengers fail to monitor during screening. Only after airport police confirmed the theft on security footage and identified it as occurring in the secure screening area did TSA's tone change. Even then, they directed me to file claims with their parent agency and warned that approval was unlikely. I recovered my iPad only because airport police caught the thief before he left the terminal. Travel insurance sometimes covers theft during TSA screening, but policies vary. Read your coverage details carefully and photograph valuable items before travel to establish ownership if theft occurs. Secret number 6. The agent authority limitations. Despite being able to search you, confiscate items, and question you, TSA agents have significantly less power than most passengers realize. They're not police officers and cannot arrest you. Their main job is detecting threats and ensuring compliance with security regulations. TSA agents cannot force U.S. citizens to unlock phones or provide laptop passwords. They can't make you put your passport in a security bin. You're allowed to carry it through body scanners. Most importantly, they cannot detain you beyond the time needed for screening. If agents discover something illegal like drugs, they must call airport police to make arrests. TSA officers themselves have no arrest authority and no jurisdiction outside airport checkpoints. Understanding these limitations helps you know your rights. If an agent makes requests beyond their authority, you can politely decline and ask for a supervisor to clarify procedures. Secret number 7. The body scanner. When full-body scanners were first introduced, they produced highly detailed images basically showing passengers as if unclothed. TSA officers at checkpoints could see everything, and there were no privacy protections or filters limiting what was displayed. This raised massive privacy concerns until 2013, when those invasive scanners were pulled from all U.S. airports. Today's machines use software producing generic cartoon-like outlines rather than detailed images, identifying potential threats without exposing your body. If you're still uncomfortable with scanners, you can always opt for manual pat-downs instead. This is your right as a passenger, though agents may try to discourage it by warning about wait times or implying it's suspicious. Secret number 8. The pat-down rights. You have specific rights during TSA pat-downs that agents don't actively inform you about. If selected for pat-down, you can request a private screening area instead of being searched in public. You can have a companion or witness present during private screening. You can request the pat-down be conducted by an officer of the same gender. If you experience discomfort or believe an agent is being inappropriate, you can ask for a supervisor and stop the process immediately. Many passengers don't realize they can also ask TSA agents to change gloves before conducting pat-downs, though this request may annoy the officer. These rights exist to protect passenger dignity and privacy during necessary security procedures. Secret number 9. The checked baggage inspection system. Your checked luggage is likely being searched without your knowledge. TSA scans every bag on commercial flights, and about 5% require physical inspection. If something suspicious is detected, agents will open your bag to investigate. Agents can cut non-TSA approved locks and even cut open suitcases wrapped in plastic if needed for inspection. If your bag is inspected, agents are required to place a note inside indicating it was searched. I discovered this when I found my checked bag's lock cut and contents rearranged, but no inspection notice inside. When I reported it to TSA, they claimed their tracking system showed no inspection of my bag using the barcode from my airline tag. Either an agent failed to leave the required notice, or someone unauthorized accessed my luggage. Always report suspicious activity or damaged items even without finding an inspection notice. TSA tracks all inspections through airline bag tags, so missing notices indicate protocol violations or unauthorized access. Secret number 10. The Facebook group scandal. In 2019, a private Facebook group called TSA Break Room was discovered containing around 18,000 current and former TSA employees. The posts went beyond workplace frustration, with some messages wishing harm on travelers and using derogatory terms to describe passengers. TSA agents also use informal codes to communicate about passengers they find attractive or annoying. You could be the topic of discussion without knowing it. The Facebook group revelation confirmed what many travelers suspected. Some agents view passengers with contempt rather than as people they're serving. While most TSA officers are professional, the existence of this group and the theft incidents involving agents demonstrate systemic issues within the organization. Multiple cases have documented TSA agents stealing from passengers at checkpoints, including the Miami theft I witnessed. Understanding how TSA security really operates helps you navigate checkpoints more effectively while protecting your belongings and exercising your rights. The system has vulnerabilities that both agents and thieves exploit, but awareness prevents you from becoming an easy target. Have you ever had items stolen during TSA screening? Have you experienced secondary screening or inappropriate agent behavior? Share your experiences in the comments. These stories help other travelers recognize problems and protect themselves. If this helped you understand TSA checkpoint realities, hit that like button and subscribe to Journey Tips for more insights that turn confusing security procedures into manageable processes. Share this with anyone who flies regularly. Knowing these secrets prevents theft and protects your rights. Thanks for traveling smarter with Journey Tips. Safe travels. And I'll see you on the next one.